Hello, it's Tiffany. I'm back again with my latest YouTube video. I'm so excited to bring this video to you today. I'm at home relaxing, and the men are out the house doing their thing, and so I get an opportunity to sit down with you guys and just talk about my most recent procedure. On July 10th, I decided to, well, not decided, I actually went through a process of having stem cell therapy. Now, this process of deciding on to do how whether or not to do this procedure was long. I've tried the walk aid device, I've done physical therapy, I do acupuncture, all of these things to help my body get back in place because I know with the MS we have so many different symptoms that come about. So for me, having the stem cell process done seemed like the most logical thing to do. The process of saying, okay, there's natural stem cells in my body that are healthy that I'm able to have extracted and taken and replaced back in my body to reheal or clean up the areas that have been damaged. For me, it affects my walking, and so along my spinal cord I have the lesions, and on the left side of my brain I have the lesions. And so for me it was like, okay, let's start the process. This video is going to probably be broken up into different parts because the process is so long, and I don't want to, you know, make the videos very long to where it's like, oh my goodness, will she get to it already? But let me just say that I went through a lot of different locations. I looked outside of the country. I even looked into going to Germany. I looked into going to Mexico. I even looked into Canada. And my heart just never really felt moved to just go there. I would have gone. However, the price of the procedure can be very expensive. I've seen prices from the 7,600 all the way up to $20,000, which is like, for me, that's a lot of money. And so I wanted to make certain, I even considered China. But with China, you would have to be gone for 3 to 4 weeks. And that was just a little bit too taxing for me to be away from my husband and my family, my mom, my children, and let's be simple, my friends. So I was like, where can I go and have this procedure done and I feel comfortable with it? So I ended up going to Stem Cell Rejuvenation Center, which is located in Phoenix, Arizona. And when I called, let me just say that the staff is amazing. From the person who answered the phone all the way to the person who scheduled my appointments, they were so efficient, they were so sweet, and they were so understanding, and they explained the process to me. I talked with a gentleman, and they have several doctors that work in the location, and he actually placed me with a doctor by the name of Jamie Ewall, Dr. Jamie Ewall. And let me say, she is amazing. Okay, a woman with ball of fire and passion, and it was amazing. But the process started with me having to fill out a simple form that's on their website, and I'll link this below so that you're able to go online and look at the information. But they called me back and they explained, I'm able to tell them all, what I'm doing now with my body, what medications and things of that nature. And wow, we scheduled the appointment. And now many of you, I don't know your situation as far as finances, but for me, my husband's a school teacher, and I'm out on I receive disability and Social Security, and I'll talk about that later and get into different parts of how I came to that process and how I was working and how I ended up doing Social Security and how that process was work for me. But I'm gonna speed up to get to the stem cell process. Because when they told me the amount, it was 7,600. I'm like, wow, I just don't have all of this money like laying around. What are we gonna do? And it came to my husband and my best friend. The idea of throwing a basketball benefit, and of course, I'll go over that process as well. So between doing the basketball benefit and donations and doing a gift forward page, we were able to raise the money for the stem cell procedure. So I scheduled the appointment. My son actually had given me a date that I needed to have this money by. Now he's 10, but I think sometimes he's been here before. I know you can everybody has a child like that, or you know someone like that, a child that's been here and is talking to you. And Ty is just that type of child. So he's like, Mama, just stick with this date. We're going to have it by this date. And then we're going to move on forward from that date. And I looked at him and I was like, okay. So we marked the calendar. The money was collected before that date. So I was grateful for that. Scheduled the appointment. Grateful for the many friends and family members and people who I had not even met, for their donations, their prayers, and even their volunteer services. A lot of people were able to come and volunteer for the game. And what we did was basically, I'm getting off track, so let's not even get into that. I'll talk about that later. Let's get back to the stem cell because I will talk about everything and forget where I'm going. So let's get back to where I was talking about. And this is not a relapse. This is not something with the MS. That's just me. I like to talk. So let me just stick with that. I came in a day before the procedure and to do a consultation with Dr. Jamie Ewald. And what was amazing to me was that I found out that her best friend actually is living with MS as well. So she had also gone through the procedure, and it was a little bit closer to her heart because she had a personal connection with it. She sees a lot of patients for several different issues, medical issues. However, this MS thing, I kind of felt like she had more of a connect because her best friend is living with it. Day 2 was being able to go in and extract the stem cells themselves, which is a process, again, that I'm going to explain to you in more depth. But I just wanted to touch out to you and let you know that today is actually not the exact day. Wednesday was actually 2 weeks since my procedure. And I had the fatigue and the foot drop, and I am now able to walk. I have way more energy. So if I seem like I'm on level 10, it's because I am. And it's a natural high. And one of the things that I realized that going in before having the stem cell, having a girlfriend of mine who's also a trainer, train my body, help me get in the gym and work my body, and changing the way I eat, what I put in my body, was also key and essential. Because once I went into the stem cell therapy, and after that, she had to give me new instructions on what I needed to do to eat and to take care of these new stem cells. Like, these are your babies. You want to take care of them and make sure you're not damaging them. So again, I like to discuss the stem cell process. I will link below the information for Dr. Jamie Ewald and the Stem Rejuvenation Center in Phoenix, Arizona, because they were amazing. I tell people all the time, my girlfriends, my family, they're amazed to see how well I'm walking. And I'll show you on other videos how I'm walking now in the process. I do start physical therapy and aquatic therapy on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. Woo! So I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm ready to, in order for me to get to where I need to be, I have to be a little uncomfortable. And that's a little uncomfortable because with the stem cell, oh gosh, I just got to tell you, after the process, Dr. Ewald she does not promise that, oh, you're going to be up and running in those heels that you want to wear, or you're going to be up running like instantly. It's something that you'll gradually see changes. However, for me, because each person body reacts differently to their stem cells, it's just amazing. However, once I was done, I always had problems lifting my legs or moving from the table, or getting up. I was struggle where I'm like reaching and pulling and all that good stuff, and so now I get up with ease. And it was amazing because once I got the table from the procedure, I jumped up. My mother and my husband were standing there, and they were looking at me. I switched my legs off the bed, and when it was time to get back on the bed, I put my legs back up, and they were just looking at each other like, and I was like, what is going on? I'm like, I hadn't even realized it. And so what I've noticed with the stem cell since the procedure is that when I'm not thinking about it, I'm doing everything smoothly. But when I get in the way, is what I say, is when I grab something that I've been doing for a long time, is when I get in the car, I grab my legs and swing them on over. And so that doesn't come from, I don't get rid of that for overnight. So that's going to come with physical therapy. And that's something that I've got to master in my mind. Okay, trust your body, trust it. Push yourself, get yourself to a point where you're a little uncomfortable, uneasy, unsure, because I feel like if I get to that place, then I can push myself and I'll work through it. So I want to encourage you, many of you who are wanting to look for something that can help ease the symptoms or kind of repair things, it works. It works. So stay tuned. I'm going to have more videos coming soon. And again, stay encouraged, inspire one another, and I'll talk to you soon.